Had your kids, had your wife, GTA 6 be coming for all damn records. When this game eventually does drop, I don't know if it's going to be at the end of the year. I don't know if it's going to get pushed off to 2026. But when it does show up, it's going to be not just the biggest video game of all time. It's already got that already tied up, sewed up, and just completely in the bag. It's going to be the biggest entertainment piece of media ever. Okay, because we've got, GTA 6 is predicted to reach $3.2 billion in sales in the game's first year. Now, is that just copies moved? Because that's crazy, because I would imagine, right, like GTA Online, that's going to be the big mover and shaker. It's a reason why we didn't get any DLC for GTA 5, which is ridiculous. I think that was confirmed years ago at this point in time, where it just eventually got folded into the much more profitable online portion, which I think I played like 10 seconds of, and it's like, it's not really for me. And it's one of those things that I played once and bought multiple copies of. I can't remember if I got it on PS3, which is wild to think about. We're talking about a game that is at least still relevant for a majority of this year. That came out in 2013. It just kind of shows you what kind of a stagnated society we're living in at large, but I digress. I bought it, on launch in 2013. I'm pretty sure on PS3, but I legitimately can't remember. I was hyped for it then. I played through it, and it was fantastic. And then, when it released on PC, I got it on launch, and I played a little bit of it. I think it got up to the point where you get Michael, but I didn't quite get to Trevor yet. But yeah, it's just something that it's like, I wasn't the biggest fan of 5, to be completely honest. I liked it a lot more than 4, which I think is absolute dog shit, but it doesn't anywhere near come close to, the trifecta of the PS2 games. And no, that's not just me with the nostalgia goggles on. You just take a look at the memes. Plenty of San Andreas memes, not a lot of 4 memes. Okay, we're going with different metrics on this one, and yeah, it's also a reason where GTA 6, it's like it's gonna crush all the records. Okay, projected to make $1 billion in pre-orders. I believe all of those metrics that are right there, which is why if they want to make an even bigger gaming industry statement, I would take this at face value. And you know what? Amen. GTA 6 might be starting the party, but they also might be closing out the club and turning the lights off the entire industry if they decide to go down this pathway, because I legitimately can't see this working. Okay, this is going to get to a point where it's just going to be a tipping point for far too many people. Gaming industry hopes GTA 6 price opens the floodgates for $100 base games. Is this the end of affordable gaming? That's quite the question to posit with that headline, but we've heard this rumor now for, hell, even longer than the game has been announced for. The GTA 6, it's going to promise such a content-rich environment that it's just going to already... It's going to be more than worth the entry point of a cool $100. Now, like I said before, when I bought a GTA 5 back in 2013, now I bought the collector's edition. Hell, I bought the collector's edition for GTA 4, and I know that those all were on and around $100, but with GTA 4, you got a cool lockbox, a mini soundtrack, a map of Liberty City, and I'm trying to remember everything else, because I got that lockbox here. It's actually not that far away. It's one of the collector's edition things that I did keep. And I remember, it was a much more trimmed down version for the collector's edition that I got for GTA 5. So spending $100 on GTA games on launch, it's not exactly a foreign concept to a lot of people. It's just when you start to make that the base for other games that it's out there, oh boy, especially with the slop that we're seeing coming out of AAA in today's day and age, I don't see that. I don't see a game. I don't see how games in general are worth $100. You guys know I love the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. That's eventually going to get completed. I'd imagine we're going to hear more about Reclaim this summer, but that's where I've got my money on it. It's kind of like the same time that we're likely to hear anything about GTA 6, which is kind of wild. The last time that we heard anything official from them was their, teaser trailer that came out at the tail end of last year. And no, I'm not talking 2024. What was it, November of 23? It came out and was immediately, the fastest viewed trailer, not just of video games, of anything ever. It's wild. but nothing at all so far. Just a bunch of rumors and speculation, and a lot of people thinking, what are we going to be getting here? Is this going to be some Bonnie and Clyde type thing? Is this just going to be rounded edged Rockstar based on the people that work there and the leaks coming out of it? And if it's going to be $100, it's like, how much value is there going to be? And we know that, you know, not Liberty City, Vice City is supposed to be a massive in scale, and maybe $100 for this game. Okay, if you're somebody who likes to partake in GTA Online and also like to have a big, robust, multiple dozen-hour campaign, which, yeah, as I was talking about the remake trilogy, I played through the game 4 times, 2 normal and 2 hard mode playthroughs, and yeah, I've had well over in the past year 350 hours of content that's right there for my purchase of the game. But how many other games that came out last year can people also say they spent that much money on? Or I'm sorry, that much time on? I'm sure, you know, people have probably already pumped in hundreds of hours. Is that even like feasible or possible in regards to Marvel Rivals? But when Helldivers 2 was hot and kicking, I'm sure that there were, you know, hundreds of hours played over there. Pal World, you know, had a very good year as well. But there was still side quest content not discovered in Star Wars Outlaws. Concord was dead in 2 weeks. Dragon Age the Veilguard just closed. Was on the brink of closing a prolific studio. How many of those games, even those live service hits that were out there, are worthy of $100? Let alone raising the entire floor of the industry to $100. What else is on the horizon, okay? And how do you hope to grow anything if you set things that expensive? Now, a new, more robust and prolific economy is about to kick off all around the world, thanks to the inauguration of a certain 47th president. But does that justify a $30 price increase? Raising the price of games nearly 40%. I would like to see, and I'm sure people have already crunched the numbers, even when, you know, the 9th generation kicked off, as lackadaisical as it is, how many fewer copies of games have been sold due to that $10 price increase? I'm just wondering. And how many people, because this is, okay, as many numbers that can be crunched in that metric, but how many people, and this is an immeasurable metric, how many people were turned off from trying something new because games have increased in price because of that? And if it moves to $100, how many people are just going to go, nah, I'm not doing this? It's just going to hasten the end of the industry. It's greed, man. It always is. That's always how it goes. A video game analyst has noted that there's some hope within the gaming industry that the price of GTA 6 could skyrocket to $100. The idea of standard video game prices jumping to $100 is being floated as a possibility thanks to hype surrounding GTA 6. According to Matthew Ball's State of Video Gaming in 2025 report, some in the gaming industry are hoping Take-Two Interactive will use the unprecedented excitement around Rockstar's GTA 6 to push this price increase. And yeah, we haven't heard, remember, as much as this rumor has been around for a very long time, we haven't heard anything from Rockstar officially, not even rumors wise. I haven't heard anything in regards to that. At least credible. I'm sure there's probably a rumor. There's a rumor about everything regarding GTA 6 at this point. If successful, and yeah, here's the thing. Within reason, you could put any price tag on GTA 6 and it's going to shatter all the records. Like, this is one of the most surefire hits ever. This is more of a sure bet than whether or not Biden can get up the stairs unassisted. But I digress. Yeah, if successful, this could open the door for other publishers to follow suit, all under the guise of offsetting spiraling development costs. And here's the thing. They're, once again, just simply trying to cover up their own failings by raising the price floor. Oh, our games just cost so much. It's like, okay, cool. How many consultants, how many superfluous positions are you funding? Why do you need a 400 person multi-studio development cycle for a game that is barely functional? Star Wars Outlaws, it's the perfect example of this. The biggest marketing campaign for any Ubisoft game ever, and it flopped spectacularly. Dragon Age the Veilguard, in development for 10 years, kills the studio. Concord, in development for at least 8 years, shut down in 14 days. A healthy industry would still be at $60 for new releases. A healthy industry wouldn't be trying to wring out the pockets of its already dwindling player base. This concept is while tempting for game publishers, could spell disaster for the industry. Here's why: the true cost of gaming. Yeah, exactly. Game developers argue the prices have remained stagnant for years, ignoring the $10 price jump to $70 in 2020. That doesn't tell the full story. The real cost of gaming has skyrocketed due to microtransactions expansions, downloadable content, subscription services, and special editions. Yeah, outside of a special edition, which I have my wrapped copy over there, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's a complete and total project. They have no plans for DLC. They are strictly focusing on Part 3. Remake had a DLC. It was quite a comprehensive DLC. 2 chapters, a dozen hours of gameplay. If you want to do everything toast the titties, it was $20 or something like that. Totally reasonable, totally worth your time. How many other DLC expansions out there and can boast the same amount of gameplay, can boast the same amount of bang for your buck? I don't think so. But yes, many gamers already spend hundreds on a single title while factoring in those add-ons. Yeah, I take a look for, I really love the Mass Effect franchise. If I run the numbers on that, oh boy, I spent way too much money. And then, of course, on Guitar Hero and Rock Band, I'm never, ever going to run the numbers on that because I don't want to get physically ill thinking about how much money I spent on all of those song packs back in the day. Oh boy, I don't think it's unrealistic to say I spent thousands of dollars on those games. Multiple peripherals, hundreds of songs. I'm not even joking. Yeah, bumping the base price to $100 would only further alienate an audience already wary of being nickeled and dimed. Yeah, because, okay, they'll tell you. And the way that they're going to justify this is, it's like, oh, look at how much content. You got so much content in GTA 6. But are they going to change their practices? Are they going to offer you as much content or even more content as GTA 6 with their releases, but still charge you the price of a GTA? No, exactly. We've been here before. Yes, raising the base price could also limit accessibility. Because, yeah, there was a point in time where I wasn't an old man buying my own video games, okay? Like, there was a long period of time where I had to rely on rentals on the weekends, okay? Or waiting for birthdays or Christmas to get new releases. And if a game's going to be costing $100, I mean, how many kids out there are going to be getting new releases on the regular and saving up your allowance? And I don't know, do kids even do that anymore? Or do they just, I don't know, mine Bitcoin in the background on their tablets? Or I don't know how shit works today. But how are you going to overcome that price tag when all of the most popular games are all free to play? Like, it's so stupid. Video gaming has thrived as a medium partially because it appeals to a broad audience. Slapping a $100 price tag on a game would push it out of the reach of many casual players and families, potentially shrinking the player base. Yeah, because you're very unlikely to try something that's new. You might hear good things about it, but if it's going to be $100, it's like very few people are going to be willing to try that. Because there's a difference between, games on sale, it's like, I hear good things about that. Do you remember, especially back during the 6th and 7th generations of games, when you used to have the greatest hits titles come out, some of the best-selling, best-performing games that would come out eventually, like a year or two after release, it would get the big red badge if you were playing on PS2, or it would have the, silver case over on Xbox. And GameCube had Player's Choice. Oh my god, back when Nintendo actually used to discount their games. They would come out at like $20, $30, $40. And that would give you an opportunity to come in and play a new game, become a fan of a franchise. And now you have to rely on Steam sales, and even still, like some of the new games that were coming out, and if you recall some of the Steam sales that just went by over Christmas, it's like a lot of them were pretty pathetic. Like there was always the meme of the PC gamer just out turning their pockets for a Steam sale, but now it's like the publishers are cognizant of that and they're giving you those old box store discounts. Or they drop a title that a brand new game that came out and they drop it $10 or $15 and go, hey, take a look at the big savings we're giving you. And it's like, no, that's fine because your new game sucks. We'll just play something old, which is where you're pushing everybody now. And then you're also pushing them down a much more swashbuckling path, if you know what I mean, if you're going to be looking for the triple-digit price tag. Lesson from history here, okay? Let's not forget the lessons of history. The infamous video game crash of 1983 was partially driven by a disconnect between the industry greed and consumer expectations. Yes, often called the Atari shock, the crash was a significant industry collapse in North America and led to a massive financial loss for game companies, a flooded market, and near death of the home video game market. In early 1980s, economic downturn aided financial strain as families cut discretionary spending, including video games, which 1983, just before Reagan came in. We're kind of at this point in time, we're at a different point. We're actually at the polar opposite of that. Right now, we definitely have a flooded market with free options and a bunch of slop. That's the similarities we can draw on right here. And for the home console market, I mean, when everything's free to play, when you can play it on a phone, when you can play it on a tablet, a PC, or any console of your choice, how's that driving the market? How is that setting the stage for years to come? Spoiler, it's not. Many game developers, yes, and console manufacturers went out of business. Even Atari, the dominant player, was split up and sold off. Yeah, the Nintendo Entertainment System revitalized the gaming industry back in 1985, and that's the one thing, right? A lot of people looking forward to the release of the Switch 2, and we haven't, and we're not likely to get any concrete details for the next couple of months. And well, there's an opportunity there, especially if you've got greed across the board and competition. Like if Nintendo ends up holding the line, if they do something right, it's like, nope, we're just going to go ahead and maintain the $60 price point. They're going to end up doing something that Nintendo is pretty touch and go, and that could actually overtly ingratiate themselves to the audience, because Nintendo, for as much good as they do by just putting out good games time and time again, they just make flumpy decisions when you least expect it. But ultimately, yes, the audience will decide. I don't see the $100 price tag taken off. I can see some greedy publishers attempting to make it take off, but in general, man, GTA 6, they can try it. It would end up working for them exclusively. Okay, setting a premium title up $100, you're going to be getting everything that's in there, and then eventually, over time, it's like, oh yeah, $100 for the base game, and then we got an expansion. Oh, and then you wanted the collector's edition that comes with this, that, and the other. Oh, that's going to be a little bit more, but you can still get the game for $100. That's fine if you don't want to pay $150, $200 for the collector's, the special edition, or something like that. That's fine. We still got the base game for you. But yeah, they might say that, hey, this is everything, okay? $100 right here. Everything that you're going to be getting. A 50-hour campaign. A map that's 3 times as big as GTA 5. Years and years of content free provided to you on GTA Online. All of that for just $100. It'll look like a total steal. But in reality, man, it's just going to create shady business practices. And there's some green text over there on 4chan. GTA 6 releases. Sony has advertising rights. This is another big thing. Okay, Sony able to provide, advertise PlayStation as the best place to play because the Pro and Rockstar not caring about PC. Yeah, exactly, because eventually, once their sales start to slow down on console, then they can go, oh yeah, PC port will come out, and then that's ultimately the big driver where you have mods and all that stuff, and people are more likely to double dip. I know, I've done it before. I'm going to make a subtle discount to standard PS5 models, exactly because they still have, the $700 PS5 Pro, which nobody's buying. Like, legitimately, the sales for that are abysmal. We'll have to go over that at a certain point in time. But bundle GTA 6 with the PS5 and PS5 Pro. And then, you end up having a boost in sales for an otherwise floundering console generation. And, you can somehow ease in the success, and you can ease in a triple-digit price tag. Now that's of course just simple speculation, but until Rockstar gets off the pot, that's all we have at this point in time: rumors, innuendo, and fears for the greater industry. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Doc on Smile. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.